Welcome everyone to AI Sports Predictor. Tonight we head to the Steel City where the St. Louis Blues and the Pittsburgh Penguins are about to lock horns in a non-conference showdown at PPG Paints Arena. Now let's cut through the noise and get to the good stuff. The Blues, sitting at 31 wins, are clinging to playoff hope like a man hanging off the edge of a skyscraper. They just got their hearts broken in Los Angeles, losing to the Kings in overtime 2-1. Nick Leddy delivered a late equalizer, but 19 seconds into OT, it was over. Joel Hofer did his part, allowing just 2 goals on 23 shots. St. Louis isn't rolling in goals these days, failing to top 3 in 3 of their last 4 outings. But their defense? Locked in. 3 straight games of holding opponents to 3 goals or less. That's the kind of discipline that wins games when it matters. Now Jim Montgomery, the Blues bench boss, had this to say about their effort to block shots, the sacrificing for each other, the screen by Zach Bolduc on the Leddy goal, that's winning hockey. We just keep playing like this, we'll keep getting good results. Meanwhile, the Penguins just pulled off their second straight win, grinding out a 3-2 overtime thriller against Vegas. Erik Karlsson, that Swedish maestro, played hero, netting the game winner 49 seconds into the extra period. And then there's Sidney Crosby, of course. It's Crosby sniping 2 goals. Tristan Jarry stood tall, stopping 35 of 37 shots. But let's be honest, this Pittsburgh offense is running on fumes. 4 straight games scoring 3 or fewer goals. With 31 losses, their postseason aspirations are floating belly up in the Allegheny. But hold on, let's play devil's advocate for a second. What if Crosby takes over the game? What if the Blues defense finally cracks under pressure? These teams might be struggling offensively, but all it takes is one power play surge, one bad penalty, and suddenly we're in danger of watching this total get obliterated. You can't count out the unpredictability of hockey, and that's exactly what makes this pick a gutsy one. Still, the trends don't lie. The under has hit in 4 straight for the Penguins and in 2 of the last 3 for the Blues. Their last 3 meetings. Under City, St. Louis has been ice cold offensively, and Pittsburgh isn't exactly lighting up the scoreboard either. Both teams rank in the bottom half of the league in key offensive categories. Quick scoring bursts. Low probability. Slugfest. Not tonight. And today's AI pick is under 5.5. That's the call. Defensive grit, lackluster offense, and a whole lot of history point in one direction. Keep it locked on AI Sports Predictor, where we turn numbers into knowledge and knowledge into winners. On to Game 2.
Welcome to AI Sports Predictor. Simon here, and if you came looking for a dull, lifeless breakdown of tonight's clash between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Columbus Blue Jackets, you took a wrong turn. This is where we separate the pretenders from the contenders. Columbus walks into this one riding a 3-game home winning streak, feeling like they own Nationwide Arena. But confidence. Confidence is a fickle mistress, and the Golden Knights are built to shatter it. Vegas has won 38 games this season, and in nearly every one of those wins, they made their opponent earn their ice the hard way. This isn't a team that gives you room to breathe. But let's talk about the Blue Jackets. 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. 38 goals scored, 32 allowed. Their power play is firing at an abysmal 11% over that stretch. If they're looking for a spark, they better find a match fast. You don't get second chances against a team like Vegas. Now, here's the twist. Our projection model. It's calling for a 4-3 Blue Jackets win. That's not a typo. Columbus, a team that's been a mixed bag of mediocrity all season, is projected to steal this one. Why? The trends are sneaky. Vegas has been unreliable in tight contests, boasting a miserable 3-7 record in overtime. In games decided by 1 goal, the Golden Knights are barely above water. Their magic number is 3. When they hit that mark, they're a dominant 36-7-4. But anything less, that's where the cracks show. On the other side, Columbus is a team that thrives in the chaos. They've gone to overtime more than anyone should be comfortable with, yet they still manage to scrape points together. The Jackets have their own flaws, ranked 27th in goals allowed in struggling to kill penalties, but their offense has kept them alive. When they get more than 2 goals, they're 58 points strong. So here's the deal. Vegas is the better team, but Columbus is the sharper bet. The Blue Jackets are home in form and catching Vegas in a situation that fumbled too many times this season. And today's AI pick is Columbus Blue Jackets moneyline at +142. That's the move. the Knights might be kings in name, but tonight, they'll be the ones getting slayed. Stick with AI Sports Predictor, where we don't just play the numbers, we make them work for you. On to Game 3.
Alright, listen up. Malachi here, and I ain't here to hold your hand through some cookie-cutter breakdown. We got a fight on our hands tonight at the Canadian Tire Center, where the Ottawa Senators are looking to extend their 4-game win streak against the Boston Bruins. And let me tell ya, Ottawa is rolling. 34 wins, 5 straight dubs, and they're beating teams by punching them straight in the mouth. You don't waltz in here expecting a freebie, not with these guys. When the Sens put up more than 2 goals, they're 29 wins deep. That's a killer instinct. And when they get that first punch in, when they outshoot their opponent, they're clocking an 18-11 record. Translation? Ottawa controls the tempo, they control the game. Now, let's talk about these Bruins. 30 losses and a bad habit of coughing up goals like a broken vending machine. 3 wins in their last 10 games? That's not a playoff push, that's a survival strategy. 27 power plays in that stretch, and they've converted just 5. 5. If your power play is running colder than a January morning in the Maritimes, you got issues. And let's not forget, when Boston gets held to 1 measly goal, they've lost 9 out of 10. If they don't get that offense cooking, they're looking at another night of disappointment. They need 3 goals to make things competitive, but Ottawa's defense, it ain't giving up freebies. The Sens are 10th in goals allowed, and Boston ain't exactly got the firepower to muscle through it. The numbers are screaming it. The AI projection? Senators 4, Bruins 2. Ottawa's got momentum, they've got consistency, and they've got a Bruins squad walking in looking like a team that's lost its compass. If this thing gets physical, and believe me, it will, Ottawa's got the edge, the grit, and the ability to bury Boston 6 feet under the ice. And today's AI pick is Ottawa Senators, 1.5 puck line at plus 140. That's right, the Sens are the play. The Bruins might come out swinging, but Ottawa's the one landing the knockout punch. You want to cash in? You follow the heat. This ain't charity, this is AI Sports Predictor, and we don't miss. On to Game 4.
Alright, Rangers fans, Wild faithful, and everyone just looking to make a smart play. Simeon here, and we got a battle brewing at the Xcel Energy Center. The New York Rangers roll into Minnesota looking to shake off their last loss, while the Wild are sitting on a solid season, holding steady with 37 wins. But steady ain't good enough when the Blue Shirts come knocking. Let's talk facts. The Rangers, 31 wins, but they're sputtering. A 2-1 loss to the Jets in their last outing. Barely able to scrape together a goal on 22 shots. Yeah, they went 1 for 3 on the power play. But when your entire offense is running on fumes, that's a problem. They've given up 199 goals this season, more than they've scored. Their power play, 19.41%. Not great, not awful, just there, but if they can get some puck movement going, they've got a chance. Now, Minnesota's been more consistent. They took Colorado to a draw in their last game. But let's be real, 1 goal on 23 shots. That's not making anyone nervous. And let's not ignore the red flag waving in the wind. Their penalty kill is a disaster. 70.3%, that's bottom barrel stuff. You give a team like New York a power play opportunity, and sooner or later, they're gonna make you pay. Goaltending battle, we got Igor Shesterkin for New York. Career save percentage, .918. Quality starts, a rock-solid 63%. You want a guy who can keep a game close. That's your man. On the other side, Philip Gustafsson, 77 wins, a .913 save percentage. Respectable, sure, but he's letting in 3.69 goals per game. That ain't exactly confidence-inspiring. And here's where the numbers start screaming at us. The Rangers have been tested all season in tight battles. They've got the goaltending advantage. They've got the special teams edge. And most importantly, they're walking into Minnesota as an underdog. That plus 110 money line. That's a gift. And today's AI pick is New York Rangers money line. That's right. The Wild may have home ice, but the Rangers have the grit, the goaltending, and the power play to break this thing open. Stick with AI Sports Predictor, where we don't just throw picks. We call winners. On to Game 5.
Alright folks, It's time for Game 5, and you know what that means. Malachi's taking over, and we're not here to sugarcoat a damn thing. We got the Edmonton Oilers squaring off against the New Jersey Devils in a high-stakes inter-conference showdown. The Devils are riding a 2-game win streak, while the Oilers, they've been slipping like a rookie on fresh ice, barely keeping themselves in the division race. Edmonton rolls in after a gut-punch 3-2 loss to Buffalo. This team has firepower: McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, but something ain't clicking. McDavid's at 82 points, Draisaitl's leading the league in goals, yet they're barely hanging on in games they should dominate. What's the problem? It's a goaltending, folks. Stuart Skinner's rocking a weak 2.88 goals against average and an even worse .896 save percentage. Calvin Pickard isn't much better. You can't trust a team that lets in 4+ goals in 8 of their last 10 games. On the flip side, New Jersey has been inconsistent, but they're starting to figure it out. They're coming off a 5-3 win over Columbus, and Jacob Markstrom has been a steady force in net. 2.36 goals against average, .906 save percentage. That's what stability looks like. Their offense isn't lighting up the scoreboard, but they're doing enough to get by, and with Edmonton's defense looking like Swiss cheese, that's all they need. And today's ad pick is New Jersey Devils money line at +115. That's 5 picks locked in. Let's recap. Blues vs. Penguins under 5.5. Golden Knights vs. Blue Jackets. Columbus Blue Jackets moneyline. Senators vs. Bruins. Ottawa Senators 1.5 puck line. Rangers vs. Wild. New York Rangers moneyline. Oilers vs. Devils. New Jersey Devils moneyline. 5 bets, 5 ways to cash in. If you're riding with AI Sports Predictor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a pick. We break the numbers, we find the winners, and we keep your bankroll growing. See you next time.
I said no.